Hi, welcome to the Lab Zero Start Here video. The first thing you need to do from Brightspace is go down to Lab Zero, which lists what we're going to do. You need to download the files and watch the Lab Zero videos. And what this video goes over then is how to perform the verification of program Lab 1 Fear the Roo S2016 Vericut Depth and Lab 1 Phase 4 S2017 Vericut using Vericut. And this will be the general procedure that you'll follow whenever you need to perform a verification using Vericut. We're then going to obtain a screenshot of the verification and paste that in a Word file. The next step, and step 2 must be performed in Schrank Hall South 132, because I do want you to use Vericut version 8, because that's what this video utilizes. The second part, actually number 3 here, of the Lab Zero is to perform a simulation of Lab 1 Phase 4.nc and Lab 1 Fear the Roo S2017.nc program files, get screenshots from that, and paste them into the same Word document created in step 1, which is actually step 2. Be sure each image is properly labeled. Upload the Word file, or you can convert it to a PDF to this assignment. Put your initials in Lab Zero. Okay, and both of these, this must be performed in Schrank Hall South 132, and number 3 must be performed in the lab Schrank Hall North 56A. Okay, now just as a review for homework 0, you can watch these videos at any time and complete the homework. That just has to be completed by Sunday night. These don't have to be performed on campus. And this is a checklist which shows you what needs to be completed during this week. Okay, and as you complete them, you can check them off. All right, well, let's go back here to Lab Zero and download the necessary files. So for this portion of the project, for this portion of the lab, for the Vericut part, you need this file, CNC1 Lab 1 project. You need Fear the Roo S2016 Vericut Depth. You need Lab 1 Phase 4 S2017 Vericut.nc. And you also need MCO Tooling 1.tls. And you want to place all 3 of these files or all 4 of these files in the same location, whether it is on your flash drive or wherever it is on the computer. These 2 files, Lab 1 Phase 4, Lab 1 Fear the Roo S2017.nc, that's for simulating on CNC base. And you want to follow the instructions in the CNC base simulating video, with noting that we're using different files that are discussed. It's very similar files to what is discussed in the video, but they are slightly different. But the utilizing CNC base is exactly the same. After you have your files downloaded, you can open Vericut. So let's get Vericut open. And since it takes a few moments to open, I'm going to pause the video and then open it back up once it's ready. Whenever you first open Vericut, you're going to get this dialog. This is actually the help dialog, and it's always going to come up when you start. Now, if it's the first time Vericut had been started on your computer, you may get a little dialog box that says Vericut is using a temporary license that expires in 2018. Just click OK to that, and then this will open. Okay, and we can get into our files from here. There's also a lot of other things. We could start new projects. Now, in this class, you won't be doing anything with starting new projects. You're going to use existing projects. You're going to open a project. And once you open a project, this will get populated down here with the projects we're going to open. Now, since I've opened the project we're going to use, it's here, but I'll show you what it looks like if you don't do that. So I'm going to click on Open Project, and it's going to jump here. And right now it's looking for a VC project. So what you have to do is you have to use this part of the dialog to find out where the project is. And this is something I will always give you. So we downloaded the project file, so I happen to store everything in the downloads. Now the other thing that's very important is, and I actually have two of them, but the other thing that's very important is where this is located, that TLS file, that tooling file, needs to be located in the same area. If not, it will pop up and ask you to find the tooling file, but we keep them in the same area. So I'm going to open up Lab 1 project, and it's going to open up. And what we see is a 3-axis mill that simulates our mill, and we see the workpiece in this window that's set up as we want it set up. In other words, we have a PRZ right here on top, and that's what's shown over here. Now, just from a graphics standpoint, if you hold down the left mouse button, you can rotate. Okay, if you right click, you can fit the view. If you right click, you can add views. Okay, so what we're looking at is the machine stock view. Okay, so we have the machine / cut stock view. Okay, and then you have some other items on here that we're not going to get into at this point. And then this view, these will always be set up for you so you don't have to deal with it. This view type is just the workpiece. Okay, so this way we can see the mill moving, and then we can see and you can open and close these as needed. All right, rolling the center mouse wheel will zoom in. The left mouse button is always the right mouse button is just going to be the pop-up menu. Okay, and I wanted to demonstrate fit. Okay, okay, you can zoom out and zoom in. And then if you hold down the shift key and the mouse wheel, you can pan, but you have to hold down the shift key and the middle mouse wheel. Okay, so that's how you manipulate the views a little bit. So again, just left mouse click, rotate, center mouse wheel zoom, shift, hold down the center mouse center mouse wheel, and pan, right mouse click to fit, in case you ever lose your view. Okay, you can also go top, right? You can go views accordingly. This is top, YZ is right side view, YX is the bottom, and so on. Okay, you can experiment with that a little bit. Okay, and this is going to conclude this first video, and we will come back with another one here to finish loading the part and performing our simulation.